Hi, Misha here, and Peanut and I are at the cabin. But you probably didn't come to see a cat, I think. Or maybe they did. Instead, we have an arsenal to talk about. You saw the title of the video. And, well, it was a bit of an adventure getting this particular rifle. And on top of that, I have a bit of a history with this model variant. Well, its immediate predecessor. We'll get into it. And this is also going to be a before and after video because I have plans for it. In fact, that's why you see me here just kind of doing it by myself in the living room of the cabin, because I want to start changing it up. But it's not really fair to do a review if you change it first. So, before we do anything like that, we'll test it. And we'll begin with the 10-round magazine it comes with. And then we'll do a little bit of story time then and now, and see where we can get to today. How about that? And as always, since this is a gun that I bought and paid for, if you could like, share, and subscribe, like to help us out on Patreon, you know the deal. No AK today is cheap, and ammo is not either. With no further ado, let's try it out. Guys, I'm not sure what happened to the sound part of the shooting. It was late in the day. Ironically, I didn't have the mic plugged in. I was just trying to go off the onboard sound. And it did that to me once before recently. So, lesson learned. I'll just keep using the external sound. Anyway, it should at least give you the shooting clip and whatnot, right? You know, that should be mission accomplished. Besides, some of you claim that the shooting noise is distracting and wakes you up too much, so hey, we'll just say I did it intentionally to fix that, right? Alright, so the first little short mag test did fine. It does have the left thumb selector, because this SAM7SFC 61 is basically a 16-inch barrel version of the, and of course semi-automatic only, AR-M12F assault rifle, assault carbine, kind of intended as a PDW slash tanker, kind of like the Galil SAR, that intermediate size range in Russia, like the AK 102, 104, 105. This is of course chambered for 7.62 by 39. The military version made by Arsenal in Bulgaria, Factory 10, Circle 10, is also offered in 5.56 NATO, so either or, but not 5.45 because that'd be silly. And this is, as you can hopefully, maybe, I don't know, see on the side, one of 200 made. That's with the 16-inch barrel. They also are doing 80 of these with a 12.5-inch barrel as factory SBRs. And other basic features, we have a hot die forged milled receiver. We have this right side folding shoulder stock with the latch up here. This is the style, of course, with the small rubber butt plate. And it folds to the right, not the left, so that the optics mount can be utilized. We also have a sling swivel here. As already pointed out, the Galil style selector. We have a smooth, heavy-duty top cover. We have standard length handguards and a standard length gas tube. That's actually one of the benefits of this style. And we have a combination front sight gas block unit, and under this muzzle nut are 24mm right hand threads. And then finally, like I said, the 16-inch barrel. This is chrome lined, cold hammer forged, all that good stuff. And of course, this is just your basic Kalashnikov action. Very nice and smooth. And this comes out of the Arsenal Custom Shop. Has the fine trigger, which is okay. I still might prefer a standard traditional double hook, but that's just me. So, a story time. Years ago, right as the Assault Weapons ban came off, we're talking late 04, I was in a local gun shop, which I frequented. They really got me into milsurp. And one of these came in. Now, they didn't order it for the shelf, for the rack. They actually ordered it in specially for a customer. Back in 2004, 2005, Arsenal did a run of SAM7SFCs, and that would be the full-sized side-folding version. SAM7SFKs, that would be the short crink version with the 16-inch barrel. And they did a run of SAM7SFCs. I believe, and I'm going on memory here, they did 200 of each. It might have been 400 of each. Either way, a relatively small number. Back then, that gun was spendy. About $1,400, $1,500 retail. And honestly, translating today, that's well over $2,000 in 2024 monies. Now, of course, these are well over $2,000 retail, and again, only available at K-Var, so take that for what you will. But it always stuck out in my mind. I got to handle it. I thought it was neat. I've always been a sucker for combos. Great SBR candidate. Like I said, they are doing 80 factory SBRs. And this is a legitimate Bulgarian military configuration. Well, almost. Which kind of gets to what I want to do to it. But it just stuck in my mind. And I just kind of always thought it would be fun to have one. But we really haven't had the SFC, the intermediate length version before. Besides that small run years ago. But you know, it worked okay with this little mag. Wonder how it would do with the actual proper one. Here we go. A standard capacity. They also do have an extended capacity of the waffle mag. You know, these are military grade polymer with metal reinforcements. Good bags. Expensive, but good. So, let's let it stretch its legs a little more while we still have a little bit of daylight. It did well. It's a lot of fun. No reliability issues. I didn't expect there to be, but you never know. First rattle out of the box. Nice trigger. I will say, these guns, when they have the 16-inch barrel, always feel a little bit gassier than they probably should. And even if it's the old SLR 107CR or 106CR, they want to be cut down. They really do. They just end up handling better. And this shoots well as it is. But even better. Fun fact, the Bulgarian style combo block here is actually a different pattern than what you see on like a Russian gun or a copy of. I mean, it's just the devil's in the details, not a big deal. Like I said, just got this in my hands today. And by the time we got back out to the cabin, we were losing daylight fast. But I almost had it nearly a week ago. Let me explain. Got this ordered and told him, hey, I'm leaving for the cabin on Saturday. A week ago now. Well, a week ago with some change by the time you see this video. And so it was scheduled for delivery with UPS that Saturday. And I saw the UPS guy that Friday, said, hey, we're going to be leaving. If you could get here as early as possible, that'd be great. We'll probably be gone by 3 or 4. He said, I make no promises, to be fair, cool. But he'll try. 1 or 2 is what he said. Cool. Well, we waited past 3. We waited past 4. Guys, we waited nearly 5:30. We had to go. It was getting dark. We wanted to get out here before complete pitch black and get, settled in for dinner, that kind of thing. We had to leave. We waited. Even I had a sticker on the door saying, hey, call us. And we didn't get a call. So he didn't, get there 5 minutes after. No, UPS was late that day around 7 p.m. We just missed it. We did our best. But I really wanted to try it out. So today, as I'm recording this video, not when you're watching it, that's how these things work, Fox actually drove me up in the morning, and I picked this up, took care of a few things, did a little bit of work, shipped a few guns. But yeah, mainly I wanted to grab this guy, and so I could still test it. The reason is, we only have a couple of weeks window here before rifle season comes in for whitetail deer. And once that comes in, our shooting is going to be pretty limited for a little while, about a month, give or take. And I didn't want to miss a chance to shoot this guy. But I wasn't really looking forward to shooting it in this exact configuration. And I will give one complaint right out of the box, literally. I liked how it shot. But when I open up the box, guys, this came with no accessories. You got this mag, a manual. That was it. No sling, no cleaning rod, no cleaning kit, no oiler. I thought maybe they forgot it. It happens, especially on a limited production thing. So I called them. I said, hey, before I say anything, did you just forget to throw it in? Nope. Now, while this isn't the most god-awful expensive thing Arsenal's ever done, trust me, they've done some real humdingers. It ain't cheap. Really, guys? I guess I should be happy it came with a muzzle nut. That SAM7SFC we looked at recently did not have a nut, which I critiqued, or a muzzle device, so I don't know. But I try to be square with you guys, and that did kind of bum me out. Not that I really needed the accessories. I've got bajillions of Arsenal kits, but it's the thought that counts. And I would have liked one of the short cleaning rods, because this is actually going to be a unique cleaning rod for this barrel length. I may have to go digging in my parts bin. And that's kind of where we're at. Now that we've test fired it a couple of times and shot it as factory stock, frankly, it's time to take the sticker here off the trigger guard. And notice how they have a little sticker to keep the scratch from happening on the receiver, which I don't care about. It's an AK. That's kind of part of it. It is time. Scratch. But this is actually a pretty nice finish. But my guns are for use. Let me show you kind of what I was thinking. And then we'll kind and I keep on testing it this week. How about that? Probably to few folks' surprise, kitted out with the proper furniture. Okay, I was curious what that was. That noise that you heard was the swivel. I was like, wait, I've put together my fair share of AKs before. This is hitting up there. Never mind. Yeah, with the AR-M9 style furniture, which is of course correct for the AR-M12F as well. I really like the feel of the handguard. It's not just a look, and I definitely like this more roundy style pistol grip, and it works well with the selector. Now, as I kind of alluded to earlier, we don't have a cleaning rod. But you know, you can't just stick anything under. If you stick a rod that's too long, worse than not fitting, it'll actually penetrate too far in and actually knock the spring out of your catch here, and, well, that's no good. So I had to dig through my pile. Let's unscrew this nut, by the way. Just a simple cap. Kind of interesting. It's not the old style. And the 24mm threads. And I finally found this rod. That's a roughly 6 inches. And it's a 3-piece sectional that I believe is Zastava. And it does fit quite well. There's something about a cleaning rod on an AK, right, guys? So, with that, we're almost done. We need something for this here muzzle, I do believe. So how about this? The extended 4-piece Bulgarian style flash hider muzzle brake from CNC Warrior. Bought a few of these years ago, and boy, are they handy. And really perfect if you want to cut a barrel down, have a working flash hider, but not SBR. And this, of course, still has the longer barrel. And this was the genius part of these, like all the 4 pieces. And it was originally designed this way so you could clean them, but you can remove the core. So it acts as a barrel shroud. I'm going to point this at you. See? Now, Arsenal does sell a extended faux crank booster. Is another slip over shroud. So that there is another option. Or of course you can just shop her down. Alright guys, next day, because I was putting this on at night after testing it as we got to it dark, and it's raining. I'm not even going to complain because we really needed rain out here. In fact, there's been a burn ban. But it does limit our ability to do a lot of shooting today. But since we're under the porch, we can. And I'm curious if installing this furniture and call it barrel cover changes the way it handles. That might seem a little silly, you wouldn't think it would, but honestly putting this grip and forearm type on my SAM7SFC 84 really did make it handle better. So let's begin with a good old Arsenal mag. Alrighty, let's try it this way. So no surprises on reliability. And this is a very smooth throw. And the thumb trigger is not bad. Of course, you can swap this out. The receiver is cut where a double hook would fit, if you wanted to. And those things, along with just generally a good feel, very solid feel, are good. But if I'm being 100% honest, I still think the guns built on the U.S. receivers 20 years ago probably feel a little more premium. But this is not bad. And this is on a Bulgarian hot die forged hammer receiver here. Chrome line barrel, like I said. I do think the grips and stuff make it a little nicer to shoot. Although I will say, putting this cover on, because it is made of steel, it does add some weight. Without it, this is actually, for a mill gun, pretty slim and trim, and that's still with the 16-inch barrel. But so far, we've only tried it with Arsenal mags. Let's see how something else maybe works. Let's try it with a surplus metal mag. No problems there with the metal mag. I keep a few just kind of generic steel mags out here at the cabin for various AKs. It locked in no problem. No cycling issues. Can't say anything about its accuracy because A, it's me, and B, it's raining. But we can at least say it's reliable, and it does feel good in the hands. And I think installing the new furniture definitely gave it more of a distinctive look. But I do have one gripe, and I could be wrong. Please let me know. This has the standard 800 meter rear sight you see on milled AKs and most of your milled arsenals. But I believe, again, could be wrong, but I believe the AR-M12F series has the 500 meter rear sight. Let me know. So that might be something if you wanted to be clone correct, especially if you do chop the barrel down, you might want to swap out. And it's not hard to swap out rear sights, so, you know, hey. But I wanted to point that out. Anyone who owns one of the original SAM7SFCs, let me know. When you got yours back in 2004, 2005, if you got it new, did it have the 500 or 800 meter? I've even seen some reports that the 5.56 caliber version had a 400 meter rear sight. So, yeah, let me know what you came up with. Now, we know we're losing daylight here. And this is just an initial preview review. But let's try out one more full mag before we call it a day. All right, let's try it with the folded and, you know, using the safety. Definitely notice it. Surprise, surprise. Well, certainly no reliability issues. And again, no surprises. Loading up the mag in the gun, no problems there. Obviously, shooting it with the stock folded is not as comfortable or as easy to aim with. However, as you saw, it is reliable. It doesn't bounce off this and come back in. And the selector works as it should with your stock folded, so you can access it accordingly. No problems there. But yeah, you're going to want to use it like this. Now, this is a full NATO length stock. And I'm not a very tall person. I find this grip and this form really do aid in using this furniture more effectively. But I would understand if some think it's a little long. I do like having the rubber butt plate on the end, because it really sticks it against your shoulder and keeps it from moving around, because it's a very thin butt plate. It's not the most comfortable stock in the world, in my opinion, but it's not the worst. So let's end with a few kind of pros and con. In the pro camp, I've wanted Arsenal to do an SFC for years. Either as an imported pistol or as a rifle, so they have. And it's not a bad dealio. Like I said, it's reasonably smooth. Nice trigger pull for what it's worth. I'm going to assume accurate. Relatively low felt recoil for what it is. Stock is very tight lockup. The AR-M9 Furniture went on perfectly. In fact, this fits better than the stuff it came with. The cleaning rod didn't walk out. You know, muzzle threads, all that. Mags going well. Cons. It's an Arsenal. It's an Arsenal from the custom shop. Price. This is not inexpensive. This is a gun I bought. I'm not trying to sell them. In fact, with only one of 200 made with the 16-inch barrel and one of 80 made with the 12.5-inch barrel, I don't know if any dealers are going to have these in their stores. They're not even available at MSR, the distributor. So cost. And I believe on the K-Var website, they're around $2,200. Take that for what you will. Then again, though, 13, 14, 1,500 back 20 years ago for one of these is about the same today. So take that as you will. I did mention the rear sight. I don't think that's correct, but let me know. I could be wrong. I did already mention not coming with really any accessories. Boo. As far as the fit and finish, everything seems good. It seems nice and straight. The only thing that seems a little loose to me is the top cover. It's an AK, it happens, but it's a pretty loose top cover. If I'm just trying to, you know, pick at things and be fair, it's not coming off, but I would like it to be. But other than that, I can't really think of anything really to gripe about. The gas tube fits well. The gas tube lever is tight, but not too tight. The barrel, it's actually nice that it comes with a 16-inch barrel, which means you don't have to do a Title III to transfer it to your dealers. You can cut it down yourself. Easy to do. The threads are already there. Don't have to even thread it. Just chop it and recrown it. I definitely would. Mags fit well. There's not an excess play, but they're not super tight. The stock lockup, even after about 120 rounds total now, is still tight in both positions. Bolt throw is good. So as far as the mechanics of the gun, I cannot really complain. Is this a keeper? Does it get a sling? I think so. But they didn't give a sling with it, so I guess it can't. Now, I want to shoot it a little more. I want Fox to shoot it, share it around a bit, kind of pontificate on it, see how the next few weeks go. I would like to keep it. I've always been a big fan of this intermediate AK 102, 104, 105 length. And just frankly look. But I would have to SBR it, or at the very least, put on an extension and pin it on like this, something. I don't think having the 16-inch barrel, while it is good for transfer purposes, I think it does give it a little bit more recoil, and obviously it just looks silly. On the other hand, just putting a cover over it adds what I kind of feel like is unnecessary weight out front. But if you chop it, even though it's a milled receiver gun with a steel stock, it becomes pretty handy for what it is. These were designed for militaries getting in and out of vehicles, police, like SWAT forces that needed something still with some range. I looked on the Arsenal website. They say 300 meters is kind of optimal. Up to 500 meters, you know, is practical maximum range. And then, you know, obviously the range of the bullet's 1,000, but that's kind of just there where it is. And yeah, they do make these in 7.62 and 5.56 for the militaries. They are M12F versions, and they have seen adoption. And it is kind of our missing link. We've had the SF, we've had the SFK, we've had the underfolders, but the SFC version, the M12 version, has been kind of missing in Arsenal's catalog. So that's why I as a consumer, went and grabbed this from K-Var. Plus, I know you guys like AK videos. Again, sorry it was kind of raining today. Sorry the sound kind of goofed on the first couple of shooting clips. It happens. Kind of squeezing this in. Like I said, it was a bit of an adventure even getting this out here at the cabin, but we'll do more with it. Anyone else pick one of these up or kind of thought about it? It definitely intrigued me as soon as I heard. And if you like Arsenal AKs and other AKs, definitely check out the channel. Search it. We've done videos on pretty much all of the Arsenals out there. Try to anyway. And if you could, please do like, share, and subscribe. Like to help support us, check out Patreon. You know the dealio. Like I said, I know we're losing daylight. So with that, this is Misha. And Peanut and I will catch you very soon next time.